The process of learning to read and write begins very early in a child's life. 21st century literacy now incorporates a range of modes of communication, including music, movement, dance, storytelling, visual arts, media, and drama, as well as talking, listening, viewing, reading, and writing. The Melbourne Declaration states that children who participate in quality early childhood education are more likely to make a successful transition to school, stay longer in school, continue on to further education, and fully participate in employment and community life as adults. Here are some facts about literacy learning. Here are 7 theoretical approaches of literacy development. Here are a list of significant theories of literacy learning. Jean Piaget, Lev Vygotsky, Jerome Bruner, Barbara Rogoff are all important theorists who have placed a significant amount of influence into the study of the cognitive development of children. The National Council of Teachers of English definition of 21st century literacies include develop proficiency and fluency with the tools of technology, build intentional cross-cultural connections and relationships with others to pose and solve problems collaboratively and strengthen independent thought, design and share information for global communities, manage, analyze and synthesize multiple streams of simultaneous information, create, critique, analyze and evaluate multimedia texts, and to attend the ethical responsibilities required by these complex. The new 21st century frameworks of learning have been updated and shadow the structure and formation of new teaching pedagogies and practices on a global basis. They have identified what topics will be next in the future, teaching traditional core subjects while emphasizing new areas in civic literacy, health literacy, global awareness, financial literacy, and environmental literacy. The Early Years Learning Framework for Australia states that in an increasingly technological world, the ability to critically analyse text is a key component of literacy. Contemporary texts now include electronic and print-based media. They define literacy as literacy is the capacity, confidence, and disposition to use language in all its forms. Early literacy refers to pre-reading and pre-writing skills that pave way for actual reading and writing. The implementation of early literacy programs does not involve teaching preschoolers and kindergartners how to write and read. Early literacy theory emphasizes the more natural unfolding of skills through the enjoyment of books, the importance of positive interactions between young children and adults, and the critical role of literacy-rich experiences. The globalisation and technological change are placing greater demands on educational and skill development in Australia, and the nature of jobs available to young Australians is changing faster than ever. The 21st century life and career skills focus on the ability of students to work effectively with diverse teams, be open-minded to varying ideas and values, set and meet goals, manage projects effectively, being accountable for results, demonstrate ethical practices, and be responsible for both oneself and the larger community. To maximise the opportunities for healthy, productive and rewarding futures, Australia's young people must be encouraged not to only complete secondary education, but to also proceed into further training and education. Over the next decade, Australia should aspire to improve outcomes for all Australians to become second to none amongst the world's best schooling. The Melbourne Declaration acknowledges major changes in the world that are placing new demands on the Australian education. In the Australian curriculum, it is acknowledged that language and literacy change according to context. Thus, it is important to teach children how to do literacy in different subject areas. Within the Australian curriculum, English splits the English learning area into 3 strands: language, literature, and literacy. Current research on 21st century skills and skill acquisition is focusing on social and cross-cultural interaction, developing and piloting programs, curriculum for students to develop leadership and responsibility skills, and the development of research that illustrates the impact of 21st century learning skills on student achievement and workforce development. 21st century learning environments are the physical spaces, tools, and learning communities that encourage and enable students and educators to attain the set of skills that the 21st century requires. New literacy studies represents a shift in the perspective of the study of acquisition of literacy, from the dominant cognitive model with its emphasis on reading to a broader understanding of literacy practices in the social and cultural context. Research shows that effective instruction of 21st century literacies takes an integrated approach, helping students understand how to access, evaluate, synthesize, and contribute information.